So I'll put down a sort, because I just want to reverse the point sort. I want it counting 0 at the bottom to whatever at the top. Now, put down a copy 2 points, and you don't really need any of these attributes to copy over. And take this one and copy this one onto it. Which will give us our point grids. We do need, there's some cases where we will need to flip the direction this is going. So before we do that, put down another wrangle. And we just, in here, I'm going to do a detail. And let's just get the position of 0.0. And the position of 0.1. And then the direction it's going. So to get direction, we're just going to get normalized 0.1 minus 0.0. So if you just take a vector and minus another vector from it and then normalize it, that'll give you the direction towards them, between them too. And then let's get our right vector. That we just created. And we can just get that from 0.0 because they'll all be the same. And then I'm just going to get the dot product, so I'm going to make a new int attribute, the dot, because we're going to be rounding a dot product to see which direction it's facing. So dot product will be 0 if two vectors are pointing in the same direction, and then -1 if they're pointing directly away from each other. At least I think so, top of my head. I could be wrong. It's one of those things I use all the time and always forget exactly what the values are from it. So we're just gonna do a round to int and then this int on the outside, just to, otherwise it won't error out, but it'll give us a warning. And this is check if should reverse. This is because of the way we're going to be placing the modules. Some modules will be more than one unit, like one module, standard module size wide, and they'll always be going to the same direction, so we need to make sure these are counting along the same direction that they're going to be offset. Otherwise we'll get overlapping modules. So we can just pop down a sort off to the side here and reverse point sort on this one. And then I'm going to put down a switch if plug first input into here and the second input into there, and then that will go into our copied points. And we want to test the second input, or the first, it doesn't actually matter. And then we need attribute value detail dot equal to -1. And I'm just going to put down an add and turn on delete geometry but keep points, just to get rid of those lines. Now we should have point grid counting along and up. Okay, the last thing we need to do in here is store like a panel ID. So it's easy enough. We just need to come up here on our for each begin and create this metadata node. And this will store, this has all this stuff like the current loop we're in and that sort of thing. I'm just going to shorten that. Now we can just go I at panel ID equals, and then we need to get a detail attribute from input 2, so number 1, and we want to get the iteration, which is our current loop we're on, and that should, if we just look at our geometry spreadsheet, number 43, which is the single pass we're on currently. And that just plugs into our merge. Turn off single pass. Let's also quickly come up to this color here. I'm going to turn off this delete all existing color attributes. Let that cook. And all these points we've got now is where we will be copying our modules onto.